So, can't remember the fella's name, but on a Steely Dan recording, live recording from the 70s, from, I want to say, I don't know if it's the Hollywood Bowl or the Santa Monica Pier, one or the other. Their bus driver, they used to have, so Steely Dan used to have their bus driver give introductions for the band. And so on this recording, it was the song was Bodhisattva, um, but this bus driver gave an intro, and in it he said, "We'll get down to the nitty gritty," and that's what we're getting to here is getting down to the nitty gritty. It is game 151 of 162. And this is where it gets real because we've got Philly and Atlanta, and this is in England. I really watched soccer for a while. In England, this is where you call it sticky bum time because this is really where you either get her done or you flame out, and what do we have? Well, we've got Atlanta 84 and 66. Just to give you a sample of what they were in real life record for Atlanta at this point in the season: 67 wins, 83 losses. They have more wins right now with 12 games to go than they had losses. Basically, they flipped their record. This is a 17 game flip. So, at the moment, and they're one game ahead of the Phillies. The Phillies, they are right at their pace. They are right there. So this is Philly at Atlanta. I was mistaken earlier. I thought that this was a series in Philadelphia, but they have to travel to Atlanta first, and they swept this series at Turner Field. So we'll see how this goes. This is, again, really where you just, you fly by the seat of your pants, see if those Phillies can if they could take 2 out of 3 here, that would be awesome. If they could sweep it, that would really be a big help towards the final goal, but it's not going to be easy. Now, one thing they do have is they have a late, and so this is one thing that could come into play for the Phillies as well towards the end of the season. This is what kind of coming into play for Atlanta. So at 67 and 84, the Braves are out of it. They're going to be using James Parr. So if you can see his card here, not terrible, but also that 6 column is pretty tasty for righties. So for right-handed hitters. So he's a right-handed pitcher. He's going to be starting for the Braves. The Phillies will have Jamie Moyer, the wily veteran lefty. And we're in Atlanta, a night game in September. So still relatively warm conditions, but the park itself is sort of a middle-of-the-road park as far as power goes, especially for right-handers. I'd say middle-of-the-road lefties, not quite as good. So let's roll it out. An 11 on a night in September is going to be average. So 9s for both lefties and righties on ballpark singles. And then for ballpark home runs, lefty hitters will have a 1 to 4, so 25% chance. And then, 20% chance. Excuse me. They'll have a 50% chance for righties. So, and I hate ugly writing if I can help it. And here I can, so let's do that. So, what is the lineup for the Phillies? Facing James Parr, it will be Jimmy Rollins at short, Chase Utley at second, Jason Worth in right, Ryan Howard first base, Pat Burrell left, Shane Victorino center, Pedro Feliz third base, Carlos Ruiz catching, and the pitcher Jamie Moyer. He'll be hitting with pitcher's hitting card number 1. Parr will have pitcher's hitting card numero tres. So, okay, let's get on the road here. I am nervous. I am... my expectations are pretty low at this point. Phillies a game back of Atlanta. Here we go. Against a righty, Jimmy Rollins, starting this final stretch. 4 series left in the 2008 Phillies Super Advanced Replay. And it is a 4-6. He's from the left. And that is a... I should have put this... should have taken a picture and put it up here somehow. That is a double to start for Rollins. Good start for the Fightins. So, brings up Chase Utley. So, we roll that for when there's a base runner on. It checks for wild pitches, balks, and passed balls. And we're going to roll these again. 3-10. And 3-10 against a righty is a ballpark home run for lefties. Now, remember, 1-4, 20% chance, not good for a lefty hitter. So let's see what the roll comes up. And it's high, so it's going to be caught in right by Jeff Francoeur. Rollins, he can try to advance. 1-17 gets him. Actually, 1-19 gets him there? I think you add 2 for right field. He's going to try, as long as it's not a 20, and it's not. So he will advance on the deep fly. And so Jason Worth now with Rollins at third. And 1 out. And a potential either passed ball or balk. And that would be a check of a balk, and there isn't a balk rating for par. So let's see what happens here. 6-6 righty. That one is hit deep, and that one is out of here. Jason Worth, that is gone. 6-6 pop, and that scores 2. 2-0 lead for the Phillies. In this game, I forgot to mention in real life, 8-7, the Phillies win. Take the lead late off Mike Gonzalez. So they're hoping not to need it here, but Moyer has been up and down. So Ryan Howard against Parr. So Parr in this game in real life. Let's give it a quick peek here. He went 4 1/3 innings. We'll try to take him to the point where he's given up 5 or maybe 6. 3-8, and that's a strikeout, so that's out number 2. Parr gets the better of him there. And now Pat Burrell against a righty. 4-8, that's another double. So the Phillies have gotten 3 hits, and it's going to be up to Victorino to try to score. Burrell from second. And we roll. So again, it's 1 or 2 are the key rolls on that little check. And so Victorino, that is a 5-5. That is, so he's batting from the left. I'll show you the card. It is a grounder to the shortstop. Shortstop for this game is Brent Lillibridge. Not the greatest of shortstops. Burrell not being held, but he is a 4. So 1-6, a problem on the 4. And then E48, which really opens up the door for 6, 12, 15, 3, 16, and 18, all bad rolls for him on the added 3 D6s. So a 4 and a 3, and that is a single 2-star that will score Burrell. And let's see, and it was a 3. And there is an 18. That is big trouble. That's going to be a single, and let's see, what is he, 48? And a 2-base error. Single, and then he really tries to, he makes a mockery of it and throws it away. So Victorino will, let me double check, make it to third. And Burrell is going to score. So that's going to be an E6 around. And that's 3-0 to the Phillies. So now Pedro Feliz. Parr getting some Bad luck here. Victorino at third. Could, you know, you could potentially, I think you have to subtract 9. That would make him a 1 to 5 chance. Would love to try and steal home with him once, but let's give Pedro a chance to knock par around some more here. 2 outs, 4-2 righty. That's a walk. Brings up Ruiz. They aren't holding Victorino on, which I'll tell you what. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that is a 1 to 5 roll with Ruiz at the plate. Stealing home. Deduct 9. And if he's being held on, I don't think you hold. I mean, you could hold Victorino. Well, what we could do is we could say you hold on. Then if Ruiz hits one down the line and makes Chipper a 4E19. Let's roll it off here. We're not going to steal. So Ruiz with first and third, 2 outs. Love the drama of that. Would love to put that on video, but let's, I mean, it's a good time to do it, but here we go. 5-8 against a righty. That is a ground ball to third base, and Jones will throw across to Kochman for the final out. So they do get 3 runs in the first, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. A little bit of a lengthy first, but we will go to Moyer, and we got to look off the left side of these cards. So it'll be Josh Anderson leading off for the Braves, followed by Martin Prado at second, Chipper at third, Brian McCann catching, Omar Infante left, Casey Kochman first base, Jeff Francoeur in right, Brent Lillibridge the shortstop, hello Mike McAllister, and James Parr on the mound. I don't know how long he's going to last. So here's Josh Anderson, lefty versus lefty, not so great against lefties. 4-10, that's a fly ball to right. And underneath at Worth, he makes the catch. Out number 1. Anderson's been hitting pretty well. Martin Prado, 6-8 against a righty. Grounder to second base. That is Chase. Chase up with it with a 2, and he gets to it. And he will make the play. 4-3 the scoring at home. 2 down. All right, McAllister's rooting for the Phillies to sweep the Braves. I like that. Thank you. Nobody likes the Braves. Well, Braves fans like the Braves, I guess. Chipper Jones, 4-7. That's a he's batting from the right. That's a strikeout. So he's switch hitter against a lefty. Strikes him out. 1-2-3 for Moyer. Good first inning from him. Moyer is kind of a Jekyll and Hyde kind of character, but he will do well against a lineup that has got some left-handed pop. And in a park that doesn't really favor lefties at the plate, this is probably a good matchup. So it'll be Moyer leading off, pitcher's hitting card number 1. And that is going to be a grounder to Kochman. Kochman will leg it out, beating the 40-some-odd-year-old. I think he is at this point, maybe 41. J-roll, maybe 42. Heck, I should look it up. But so Rollins, top of the order, he doubled and scored. 1-6. He will draw a walk. So Parr -1, McCann +1. You know Rollins, let's see, with Utley at the plate, Rollins is going to try to get a lead here. They are playing at Turner Field. That is a 5. He does get a lead. It'll be 1-17. And he cruises in there to second. Nice slide, no chance. So Utley continues his at-bat. Chase flew out to right. Deep fly. Looked like it had gone, but stayed in the park. Against a lefty. 4-10 is a catcher X. So that will be McCann 3E1. Well, a 3 and a 3 is going to be a check of the wild pitch. And let's just check about errors. That's a 12. I don't think that will not get McCann with an error. So, potential wild pitch. Par's wild pitch rating is a 9. So, will Rollins take third? It's a 10, so no. Rollins at second, 1 out. 4-5 lefty, a grounder to second base. Well, that will advance the runner, but trying to sneak it through the hole, but can't get it past Martin Prado. So out number 2, and it'll be Jason Worth. Dangerous 3, 4, 5 hitters here. Worth at the plate against a righty. 4-6. Well, let's show it to you here. 1-5 home run. Rest double. That's going to score a run here. 1-5 gone. And it'll stay, but it's going to be rolling around out there in the outfield, bouncing around. Worth will hold up at second. Rollins scores. And runs in 2 innings. That makes it 4-0. And Ryan Howard now sitting at 49 home runs. Would love to see him hit 50 in this season. 4-8. That is more trouble. We could have potentially tried to send Worth here. Well, actually, no, we wouldn't send Worth. He had a double. This is going to score him either way. It's a 1 double, the rest single, 2-star. Single 2-star. It's going to make it 5-0. And boy, I don't know how long Par is going to last. He is getting roughed up. 5-0. Pat the bat now. One more run, and Par is going to be tired or just not have his stuff. 5-6 against a righty. That is a grounder to shortstop A, but we'll call it a 6-4. Go the short way. Fielder's choice, end the inning. They do get 2 more runs. It's 5-0 Phillies. Moyer getting spotted, a nice lead. Can he keep these Braves down better than what he did in real life? He didn't get the victory in real life. So, all right, Brian McCann, lefty-lefty matchup. And that's going to be a double, leadoff double for Brian McCann. That's just what this Braves offense can do. Omar Infante. Not going to bunt. Just going to go ahead and swing away. 2-11. Ballpark single chance, 1-9. How about a high roll? Nope, 2. Single, 1-star. And that's going to be first and third, nobody out. Moyer running into some prime real estate for the hitter's card. And that's... Sometimes it's good to hit the hitter's card and hit some not so sweet spots, but in this case he did. So first and third, and it'll be Casey Kochman. Lefty-lefty matchup. And a potential wild pitch, a 1-2 for Moyer would score a run. 12 won't do it though. So Kochman, 3-6, and that's a sharp liner right at first baseman Ryan Howard. Back to the bag quickly, Infante, and that's 1 out. The Phillies were playing with the infield back there, and they will continue. Jeff Francoeur, power hitter, though he doesn't have any ballpark home run chances on his card. But here we go, first and third. Looking for a double play ball, maybe 2-4. Grounder to second. That's going to score a run. Everybody's going to move up a bag, and that's an RBI for Francoeur. 5-1 Phillies. It brings up Lillibridge. The Phillies could think about walking him, but Moyer will pitch to him and want to hope for a 1 or a 2 column roll here. 4-4 against a righty. Grounded to short, that's Rollins. They aren't holding Infante, so 1E8. 1-11, he gets there. And that will be it as he throws to first in time. So 1 run, 2 hits, 5-1 Phillies on top. See if Parr can get through this inning unscathed. If he can, maybe we let him hit in the bottom of the third. So Victorino. Batting from the left, a 6-3. That is a ballpark single chance. 1-9. And it's a 13. He will line out to Prado for out number 1, batting from the left side. Pedro Feliz. .39, and he's going to shoot one through the right side to left for a single. Brings up Chooch, the Chooch Meister. With 1 out, they're going to go ahead and hit and run here. So they're not holding Feliz. It's going to be a B hit and run chance. 4-11 against a righty. That's a pop out to short. And I got to check something here. I think with the hit and run, I gotta look up the super advanced hit and run rule. I haven't. There's certain times that can super advanced. Liners, I think, are especially bad. Let's see. Hit and run super advanced. Line out. That would be low max. So he gets back, I guess. That will be a pop to shortstop Lillibridge for out number 2. And Feliz is tall enough that he's able to get back into first. So Moyer at the plate. McAllister thinks he should double switch with the Braves here. Well, I guess it all depends on this roll. And 2-6 is going to be a strikeout. He gets through the inning. So no runs, finally a 0 for the Phillies. And let's take a look at the score effects of this game for Parr. See, the Braves had scored 3 runs. It was 3-3 in the third. So at 5-1, let's take a look at the Braves' pitcher usage here in this game. They go to Buddy Carlisle first. So, let's dial it up. He's a long reliever. We're gonna get a pinch hitter mobilized, and we will pick. So Norton comes after Carlisle. So, but if you use Norton here, then like Mike says, we can maybe double switch him with if they get as far as Infante. Or at first base, you really don't want to take out Kochman, but you could probably jigger things around. Infante's a utility guy, so we're gonna go ahead and use Norton. He's gonna pinch hit in the third inning, an early exit for James Parr. May have been his major league debut for all I know. So Greg Norton going to lead off here against Moyer, switch hitter. 3-9, and he strikes out, so an inauspicious start for Norton. Josh Anderson, his card against lefties looks pretty abysmal, but that one column has some spots, and it's a fly ball to right. fly ball to left field, rather, and he catches it. Burrell does, out number 2. And Prado, with 2 outs, 3-10. And that is a ballpark single chance, 1-9. Might actually be better for the Braves to end up with this not counting, but let's see. You never know. 1-9. It's a 1. That will be a single. So Prado not being held on. He could try to get a lead here. He will. Doesn't get a 5. So 6-0 -1. So that's a 1-5. He's not going to try to steal second. It's going to bring up Chipper Jones. 2 outs. 6-3, batting from the right. Fly ball left. This is Burrell. This is trouble. Can Burrell get underneath it and make the catch? An 11, I think that's a single. Going to make it first and third. 11, yes. First and third. And no problem with getting that in, but Prado running on contact makes it all the way to third, and the Braves are in business. And here is Brian McCann. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Any reason for Chipper to try and take a base? No, we could try. Well, there's a 2. He won't be able to get it. You, at the very least, could get a balk, but Moyer doesn't have a balk rating, so let's roll it out for McCann. 2 outs. 5-5 lefty, and that is a pop-up. Rollins calls everybody off, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So a 0 there, and let us see what we're gonna do here. I think we will use Carlisle. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep Norton in. Norton's gonna play in left. And I guess we're going to give Chipper the rest of the game off. Move Prado to third base. And also Infante to second base. Right? Infante plays second in this season. Well, you know what we could do? We could make it. Let's see. Where is Prado better? Prado at third. Infante at second. Yeah, we're going to be using Infante at second. So Infante at second is a 3E8. Much better than third. He's a 3E25. So that's what we will do. And Chipper is going to come out. So that's it for Larry for this game. And let's see. McCann made the last out. So that's what we will do, and we will put Carlisle in the fourth. And so he will face the top of the Phillies order. I think that makes sense. Well, that's great, Mike. I'm glad to hear it's always great to see you in here. I'm glad you're in good spirits. Keep rolling. Got your new cards. Hey, that's what you call something to do, man. That's a lot of fun right there. All right, so Rollins will lead off here against Carlisle, new pitcher, righty against switch hitter, so he'll be batting from the left. And that's a fly ball into medium center field. Not much effort there for Josh Anderson. He catches that for out number 1. Utley, 0 for 2 so far. Rollins has scored twice in this 5-1 lead for the Phillies. That's a 6-3 lefty. And a ballpark single chance, 1-9. And he will get his first hit of the game. And let's see, with Worth at the plate. Utley's going to try to get a lead on the pitch here. Needs a 5. They are holding him. Needs a 5 to get a good lead. 7 won't do it. So they are holding him. Worth a candidate for a double play ball here. But a 1 means potential wild pitch. Carlisle 1-14. 70% chance that Utley makes it to second as the ball gets away, and it does. Gets away from McCann and goes all the way to the backstop. Utley will ease his way into second, and so no need to steal there. So Worth with the runner in scoring position now. 1 out. 2-3. Another ballpark single chance. Phillies just got one, so the chances of that happening again are not so great. And there's a 12. That will be a liner to short for out number 2. Utley hustles back. And it will be the big dog, Ryan Howard. Looking for home run number 50 here. Can he get it? 2 outs. Utley hanging on at second there. And the pitch. Against a lefty. 5-3. This is a ballpark shot. He's a lefty, though. 20% chance. 1-4. Is it deep enough? No, it's not. And it will be caught at the track by Francor. And that will be it for the Phillies half of the fourth. We'll go to the bottom. 5-1 Fightin' Phils. And it will be Omar Infante first up. And we need to make a little line here for Jones. Norton staying in the game there. All right. Yes, go Astros also because they play the Braves in the final week of this season. So Astros, have at it. All right, Moyer, bottom of the fourth. Infante, right-hander. 5-8, and that is trouble. 1-2 triple. High numbers, please. That'll work. There's a single for Infante. These pesky Braves. Pesky, pesky Braves. Lefty, lefty. They're going to hit and run. Holding. Are they holding Infante? No, they aren't. So it'll be a B hit and run chance, but going to send the runner anyway. 6-4 lefty. Fly ball to center. Victorino back there. Plenty of range. Running after it. It looks like he's going to get underneath it, and he makes the catch. Long, loud out number 1. Retreating Infante. Thought that was going to get by Victorino, but just way too speedy out there in center. And with 1 out, it'll be Jeff Francoeur. And the pitch for Moyer. And that's going to be a grounder to short. This could be a double play. Infante not being held on. 1-E-8. And a 15. He does get to that. Flips it to Utley for 1. Over to Howard. And that is the inning. So through 4. Phillies on top 5-1. Carlisle back out for his second inning of work in the 5th. And Pat Burrell ready to rock and roll here in the 5th. And he will draw a walk off Carlisle. So, initial base runner here. He won't be held. No threat to steal. Victorino at the plate. Could still be thinking about hitting and running here or laying down the bunt, but just going to go ahead and lefty 5-7, and he swings and misses for out number 1. Pedro Feliz, 1-for-1, singled, and died on the base paths. And this time he's going to ground it right back to Carlisle. And Buddy makes an easy throw over to Kochman over there at first for out number 2, and Carlos Ruiz with 2 outs. Grounder sharply hit to Prado, who took over for Chipper in that 4th inning, and he throws over to Kochman to retire the side. No hits, 1 left, no runs. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 5-1. Good guys. So Lillibridge We're going to keep playing him here. Might bring him out in as we get closer to the latter stages of the game here, but I don't know. He needs some at bats. So Lillibridge going to lead off. 5-4, grounder to third. That's going to be Felice. Tough play. He dives on the 2. He gets it. He throws to first. And it's a 7. He makes the play. So close. Bang, bang play at first and in time. Out number 1. So Greg Norton is at second at bat. He struck out first time around. And this time he shows some patience and draws a walk. And it brings up the fleet-footed Josh Anderson. And we'll see if he can make some magic here. That's going to be a strikeout, though, for out number 2 here in the 5th. And that brings up Prado, who is 1 for 2. Got a sneaky ballpark single there in the 3rd to extend that inning. Eventually out by McCann. So with the runner at first and 2 outs, that's Norton. That is going to be a grounder to shortstop and Rollins. No issues with that. He's just going to throw it over the first. Take it the long way, and we'll go to the 6th. Yet again with the Phillies, well, in control at this point. So don't want to take anything for granted. So, Moyer up. This could be a point where the Phillies could try to use their bullpen some, but they're going to let Moyer hit. Could think about bringing in a pinch hitter, trying to get a jump on things, but a 5-7 against a lefty, that's another strikeout. Out number 1. Yeah, I'm wondering. That must be a mistake, Kane. It must be trying to think of who. Springer? Trying to think of who you're thinking of. So that's going to bring up Rollins with 1 away. 5-8, batting from the left side, another strikeout. So that's 3 strikeouts for Carlisle. And Chase Utley. 1 for 3. Oh, okay. And that's a 2-11 grounder to shortstop. And Lillibridge throws to first in time. So 1, 2, 3 for Carlisle. That'll be it for him. 3 strong innings. Let's take a look at who they used next in the real game and see if we can kind of match that up. Will Oman. Yeah, and that will... Well, they could have used Oman for Utley, but let's see. They've got a couple of lefties available that we will get Oman up. And Oman's not too bad against righties either. So we already used Norton. The next pinch hitter was Gotai. And it is the 6th. They get Blanco in there at some point to play out in the outfield. But Moyer's still pitching, so Gotai is a switch hitter. Not good against lefties. You still have Yanil Escobar, who has been red hot for them all season. Well, we will use Escobar in this position. So Moyer faces a pinch hitter. It'll be Yanil Escobar. Pinch hitting in the 6th. So, Escobar against Moyer. And a 3-4. Got the 3 column, but the 4 is a grounder to not Ruiz, Feliz, and Feliz throws across and for the out. We'll see if we. Looks like we're going to go with singlets, so I think we will probably just because Escobar is way over his bat totals, so I think we might just leave it the way it is. Brian McCann with 1 out, 3-7, and 3-7 is a trouble mark. That's a 1-6 double and a 6 right on the money. So McCann strolls into second after hitting one into the gap. Infante took over at second. And a potential wild pitch, but a 1-2 for Moyer. Not a great chance of that. 15, nope. 2-5. And that's a fly ball to right. Caught there by Worth with 2 outs. McCann's going to hang on there at second base. Doesn't want to, not a very good speed either. So it'll be Kochman with 2 outs. And yeah, Moyer will choose to face him over Francoeur if he can help it. 2 away and the pitch. 4-11 against a lefty. That is trouble. Ballpark home run, but for a lefty, 1-4. Phillies have gotten their share of rough rolls here so far. They could use one for the Braves. 1-4 home run. Otherwise, it will be an out. And it's a 10. That's an out. That will be caught in right by Worth again. And Moyer breathed a sigh of relief as it falls short of the fence. We will go to the top of the 7th. And the Braves will call on Will Oman in relief. Okay, so Oman against Jason Worth. That's okay. We got you eventually. So Jason Worth. 2-6. That is going to be against a lefty. That's a ballpark home run. 1-10. 1-10 for Jason Worth. If we weren't using ballpark or weather factors, it would in ballpark factors it'd be a 1-19. It would be almost assured. But here we go. 1-10. An insurance run 6-1. Otherwise, is it back? Is it far enough? No, it's going to stay, and it will be caught out there by Greg Norton. First out, Ryan Howard. And he will get a ballpark single chance, 1-9. How about the consolation prize? Nope. Liner caught by Infante for out number 2, Pat the Bat. Five, 8 against a righty, and that's going to be trouble. 1-13, a stubble. There you go. Could have used that 4 on the ballpark home run, but yeah, that's fine. So Victorino up, batting from the right side, the switch hitter. 2 outs. Oh, McCann. Yes, McCann. Brian McCann. He's in this game. Sorry, I completely forgot he was. He went to the Yankees first, and then he went down there. 2-11 against a lefty. Ballpark home run again. This time from the right side. Can they get the 1-10? Way back. Oh, and it's caught again. Wind blowing in. And no runs in the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. I'm not even drinking. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. For it's root for the... How do you... I guess you have to make it 2 syllables. Braves, no. If they don't win, it's a shame. No, it's not. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Anyway. The Phillies are going to get some action warming up in the bullpen. They had a day off yesterday, so everybody's available, and they're going to get Ryan Madsen in case they need a right-handed specialist. So Francoeur, they could use one right here, actually, but we'll see. See if Moyer can handle him. And that's a grounder to Felice. Charging hard, throws over in time. Out number 1. All right, the Braves, they're going to, here in the 7th, they're going to make a little, do a little, what are they going to do here? Little Gregor Blanco action. Lefty, not the greatest matchup, but he has some hits there off of that 3 column. So, and the 1-7 is a number of rolls. So here's Blanco, 5-7 lefty, strikes him out, and they may leave him in. They probably will leave him in. So that's going to bring up Greg Norton. 2 outs, 1-8. That's a 1-6 double. This will be it for Moyer, most likely. Well, might give him one more batter, Anderson, lefty. But that is a 1-6 double. Come on high, and there you go. That will be caught in center by Victorino. Ends the innings. So we're going to go to the 8th. Philly's still in command at the moment, 5-1. And let's see, how are we going to arrange this? So got... I think what we will do is we will sit Blanco down. And we will use Kelly Johnson in that position. So let's put... He's going to play second base in the 8th. Going to move Infante to shortstop in the 8th. Make sure that Infante is rated there, and he is. He's not great, but at this point they want offense, so... Let's see, so you had Francoeur, then Johnson, then Norton. So I want to make sure I get all the cards lined up correctly. Okay, and that we'll probably have that be it for Moyer. We will have, let's see what the Phillies dialed up here in this game as far as their pitching goes. Iyer, Madsen, well, we'll leave Madsen warming up. And let's see, so sorry, I'm thinking here. So the Braves will go with Tavares. With the bottom of the order here. So Tavares will face Felice, Ruiz, and the pitcher spot. Can't see Moyer continuing after that. Okay. All right, so Johnson at second, Infante short. So here's your infield. Well, you've got the pitcher is Tavares, the catcher McCann. Then you've got at first Kochman, second Johnson. Infante at short, Prado third base, out and left Greg Norton. Then you got Josh Anderson in center, and right Jeff Francoeur. Facing Felice, we got to get their cards up here, top of the 8th. Facing Julian Tavares, the righty reliever. And a 1-6, he swings and he misses. That'll be the first strikeout for Tavares. So Carlos Ruiz, 3-9, a 1-11 home run chance. A little bit of a respite in the dearth of his card. 1-11. This would put a little bit of a stamp on this, make it 6-1. Is it deep? No, it is not. It'll be caught and left. Phillies have been their only home run from Jason Worth now. The pitcher spot up. Madsen's going to pitch this inning. They're going to bring in Matt Stairs as a pinch hitter. face Tavares. 2 outs, nobody on. Matt Stairs at the plate. And he strikes out. So 2 strikeouts for Tavares. In the top of the 8th, we're going to go to the bottom. Madsen will come into pitch, and it'll be a 5-1 Phillies lead. The Phillies will make a defensive substitution. They're going to put Bruntlett in left field, replacing Burrell. Bruntlett for Burrell. Just got to remember, if we hit X chances, we've got to make a check. So, all right. So Josh Anderson, and it'll be Madsen in to pitch. Moyer, 7 good innings, 1 run on the RBI single from Infante. That's the only run for Atlanta. For the Phillies, 3 in the first on the 2-run homer by Worth, and then a RBI single by Victorino. Also an error on the play, but I don't believe that affects the scoring of that run that Burrell scored. And then you got 2 in the second on an RBI double by Worth, followed by an RBI single for Howard. And that's where we stand. Bottom of the 8th, Ryan Madsen in to face Josh Anderson. Against a lefty 5-8. That's a grounder to Howard, and Howard races to the bag in time. Anderson flying down the line, but not in time, as Howard gets there just before him. Martin Prado, third base, 4-7, batting from the right, struck him out. And that will bring up the pitcher spot, and they will go with Ruben Gotay. Well, we're starting to run out. I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit here. There we go. Ruben Gotay will face, as a pinch hitter, will face Ryan Madsen. From the left side, 2 outs, 2-11. That is going to be a single. So a little bit of life there for the Braves. They won't hold Gotay on. See if he can get a... Well, you know, with McCann at the plate, not going to try and steal. He has 1 number there that could get him thrown out. So we already rolled for McCann's for all that running stuff. So let's see what McCann does here with 2 outs and a runner on first. 6-7 lefty, 1-14 single, 1 star. 15 and above will be a line out to first. And the Phillies get a break there. Liner caught by Howard. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we'll go to the 9th. Still 5-1. No runs scored since the 2nd inning. And Tavares must come out. And with the top of the order coming up, they will bring in Mike Gonzalez. Any other lefties? No. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think we're going to use Gonzalez. Let's see who is the best against lefties. I think Bennett's not so bad. Let's use Jeff Bennett here instead. So I don't want to hinder Gonzalez in games 2 and 3 at all. So we will go with Bennett. He's going to pitch the 9th. And it'll be Rollins, then Utley, then Worth. Jay rolled lead off here against Bennett. The righty 1-7. Grounder to second. Boy, just missed a couple of good rolls there. And that will be thrown over to first by Kelly Johnson for out number 1, Chase Utley. 3-3 and a ballpark single chance 1-9. That's an out. Liner caught by Johnson, so it brings up Jason Worth. 2 outs. Another ballpark single 1-9, and there it is. That'll bring up Ryan Howard with Worth at first, and they will hold Worth on. What do we got? Not gonna take the bat out of Howard's hand here. Gonna let Howard swing away. See if he can get number 50 here against the righty Bennett. 2 outs. Runner at first. 4-7 lefty. That's a walk. That brings up Pat Burrell. Two on, 2 out. Oh, not Pat Burrell. It's going to be Eric Bruntlett. That's my bad. Glad I saw that. Eric Bruntlett, much different card than Pat the Bat. 1-2 would be a heck of a roll here for Bruntlett, but here we go. 2 outs. 3-12, almost the exact opposite. Actually, the exact opposite end of the hitter's card from 1-2, but that's a grounder to third, and that will be Prado throwing to first to Kochman, out number 3. So 2 hits, no runs. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left. And we'll go to the 9th inning. And Madsen will try to close this game out. Not a save situation here. 4-run lead. They will have Lidge stirring about, but not getting really worked up here at all. Omar Infante leads off. Let's see, do they have any other? Yeah, they will sort out the defense once major thing happens, but let's put a 3 mark there, and that's going to be Brandon Jones. Pinch hitting in the 9th, lefty to face Ryan Madsen. So here we go. 4-9 lefty. 1-5 a home run, normal home run, but he's weak power against righties. So this is at best a single. 1-5 single, 19. That'll be fly ball to Worth, and the catch is made for out number 1. Casey Kochman. Not a lot of power in this part of his career. 5-5 lefty, draws a walk, so that's some level of hope there for the Braves. Phillies, if they win this, they draw even with the Braves with 11 games to go. So the Phillies will allow Kochman to take second without a problem. Actually, we will let's see. All they have left are catchers, so no pinch runners there for Kochman. Kochman will just take second on the defensive indifference. Jeff Francoeur. 1-4, a grounder to second. That's going to move the runner up to third. Utley throws to first. Howard makes the play, out number 2. And that brings up Kelly Johnson. Batting for the first time here. 2 outs. Kochman at third. Madsen looking for the final out here. Phillies to tie it up if they can do it here. 5-7 lefty. Grounder to second. Can Utley do it? 2-14. 2 and a 6. He gets the ball. Nice diving play. Throws to first. Makes the play. That is the ball game. Phillies are victorious in this one by a score of 5-1. Jamie Moyer gets the victory. Goes 7 innings. Pitches a real nice outing. 1 run credited to him. The loss will go to James Parr. And all the runs in the first 2 innings. After that, things settled down a bit, but when it came right down to it, the Phillies just took it to them early and often, and that was it for the Braves. in this one. So look for game 2 maybe tomorrow. I think, I am going to do my best to play out these games on the channel here. So, the Phillies should be able to do this, but, you never know. So I'm going to turn this around real quick, and hopefully the thing doesn't fall. Yeah, let's do this real quick. It's a longer game, so but I am going to take a couple minutes here. I see 6 people hanging around, and just little short chat here with the group that's in here, but not too long, because I see we went from 6 to 5. Yeah, Mike, enjoy your cards there. Have fun. I know my fingers, whether it's with the phone, whether it's with the keyboard, they don't always. When I saw McCain, I'm like, which McCain? And then it turns out, look, oh, McCann. He played in this game, and that's right, he's catcher. But yeah, he still kicking around. I don't know if he's still with them this year or not. So, yeah, the Phillies draw even. See what they can do. Game 2 of this series will bring about this matchup. The Phillies won it in real life 6-1. J.A. Happ gets a start. So the lefty, young lefty in this particular season, 2008, he's still kicking around out there, I think. He will face Jair Jurgens, so that's not an easy matchup right there. Definitely the Phillies will have to have it together. So, yeah, so Happ against Jurgens in that. Couple of, I think Jurgens is a lefty, if I recall correctly, but I could be wrong. Boy, I used a lot of players in this game. Oh, he is a righty. Never mind. I was thinking of somebody else. But used a lot of players for Atlanta in that game. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to upload this game into Strat PC. But it's nice to get my hands on these Braves cards, and I think I managed them relatively fairly. Any Braves fans that want to contest that, tough. No. I don't know if you heard that, but anyway, yeah, so just as a quick, real quick sort of encore, or whatever you want to call it. Not really an encore, but like addendum to this. Once we get through with this, so we've got 11 games left, I'm going to, at the very least, take a hiatus. I don't know if I'm going to... well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. I keep trying to keep a level head. I tell you what, when the Phillies get an early lead, that helps. But, my intention is to take stock of what all went on here. Take a week or two. I'm going to get back into golf. Yeah, he is. Jerry. Get back into playing the Tenacious Golf Tour. That was, getting my juices flowing. And I got second season, and I'd like to get back to that. I know a lot of you guys are baseball guys. I'd like to start a project with second season. It will be a little intense, but again, it won't be, it could be teams that I like or dislike, but I don't think I have a whole lot of vested interest. I just have to decide. I have a general scheme of what I want to do, but there's still a couple things to sort of finalize with that. I still have projects remaining from the TBL 2.0, TBL, I think I might have called it 2.1, the History Maker League. I haven't decided yet if I am going to return to those. This series here has, I really will, I will need a couple weeks to sort of decompress from this once it's over. What I may do next after that, if it feels right to me, is play out the playoffs in full. I will take whoever makes the playoffs in the simulation, in that, hopefully that includes the Phillies, but stranger things have been happening with these Braves, so you never know. But my intention, I think, I just want to be careful, but it depends on my attitude in these final, 12 games, 15 games, since I've sort of made this stand, so as to speak. That if I can hold fast to that and really sort of keep it together. So Jerry wants some old school teams in basic strat. Well, I'll tell you what, that would play quicker. That would probably take a lot of the... that's another aspect of this that I always forget. Early on, it was especially in the TBL 2.0, it was there. And then I just kind of got into the routine of it, and it's not so noticeable for me anymore when I'm playing, because I just get immersed in it, and it's fine. But I'll tell you what, it is stressful. You want to hit everything right, and you don't want to make a mistake. And you got to be checking left and right and left and right and left and right and right and left and up and down and across and back and forth, and then you make a mistake, and it when you make a mistake, it really feels like, how many mistakes have I made? How true is what I'm doing? That's kind of what comes up when you find out you make mistakes. So I'd like to say that I hope that I don't make many at all, but I think I would be lying to myself to say that was the case. But what we're going to do is we're going to have some fun. Obviously, we've got Tabletop Earl as the other half of this channel. He's got projects going. What I might do is, if I shelf the TBLs that I was running, which are long projects, I might try to find some things of interest, such as, a lot of people have been doing picture replays. I may just try and do a little brainstorming, trying to find some form of fun tournament, something that would only be anywhere from 20 to 40 games, something like that. So, all right, well, last but not least, I would just like to first thank you all, and also encourage anybody watching this that, like I mentioned, Tabletop Earl, but there are a lot of other channels out on YouTube now. There's like Cards and Dice Baseball. There's obviously Stratomatic Delaware baseball demos. There's Computer Sims. Al, Red Sox fans, got one out there. ID Jester's got one out there. There's a lot of stuff going on. I forget, some Combat Painter has some games out there. There's just a lot happening right now, and lots to keep you entertained. I mean, if you're paying attention, that's what we're hoping for, is that we are bringing a product that, what I like in my projects is something that answers the question. And, that's what the TBL was about to begin with. I put TBL in the title of these videos. This isn't really what it's about. This was my own curiosity, and, I really, I want to reserve judgment on the whole, do I have, like, regrets until after this is over, and then I will make some comments about that, because I don't want to be premature and, then have regrets about saying I did or didn't have regrets. That's like a nested regret, and, we don't want that. No. That would be horrible. Ariba Tabletop Baseball Videos is new. Yeah. So anyway, anybody who's got a channel up and running, and just yeah, make put a comment out there. I mean, I don't get to watch so many of them, but we've got a lot of people that are in this community that are watching, and we just want to spread the word. And whether it's baseball, football, um, hockey. I mean, the play's got soccer. You got obviously we're playing golf here on the channel. I mean, they've got some really diverse offerings. Like Canadian football and pro wrestling and stuff. So, um, well, Mike, have at it, man. I mean, I think that would probably keep you busy, which might be, that's a good thing for anybody. I mean, just that was. I don't think I've talked about it too much, but a year. I mean, I've talked about it from time to time. Year and a half, 2 years ago, when I really started getting rolling in this, literally and figuratively. Um, I was having some real tough times vocationally. My my job was looking to be access to requirements, and I needed something to take my mind off of it. And so that's where the TBL started, Tenacious Baseball League. That's where it started, was something that would give me a sort of an escape from the realities of life. I mean, I used to use um, computer games, um, I mean, phone apps, all kinds of stuff. We all have our little things that we do to pass time. But this became the thing to pass time. This was something that kept me focused. My wife would probably say it distracted me from duties in the house, such as cleaning up and all that good stuff. But, well, Mike, I don't mind that southern drawl as long as you aren't a Braves fan. I really don't care. Now, the funny thing is, where I come from, which is sort of backwoods, it's not south, but it's backwoods. There's some drawl there. I mean, it's not like, I know you're a Mets fan, Mike. I would, to be perfectly honest with you, that game, the game that I had the meltdown, and I saw you come in, and I was just not. I wasn't up for it, man. I'm really glad that the Phillies don't play the Mets anymore, because in this season, because I just, the Mets and the Braves are probably the two. I mean, I don't really have a big liking for the Marlins either, but those two teams are the ones. Now I'm gonna go. I think I'm hoping to go to a Subway Series game this summer, with a friend who, if you guys could keep him in your thoughts as well. His name's Evan. He's had a real tough time with cancer. I mean, he is a trooper. He's lost both of his legs to it. He's lost a part of his lung to it. He still runs with prosthetics. He does triathlons. He is a strong guy, but it is getting him, and he is fighting and fighting and fighting, and he is an inspiration to me. I mean, Mike, you are too, obviously, but he's really in. He was a college buddy, and yeah, it breaks my heart when I think about him. He's got a young kid. Yeah, but I'm hoping like heck I can go up, and I'll root for those Mets against the Yankees. You can bet about that. You can put your money on that one. There is no way I am rooting against the Mets on that day at Citi Field. You can mark that one on the calendar. You can put that one on the board. Yes. No. So, but anyway, yeah. So, I don't know. I need to text him here. I haven't heard from him in a week or so. I do keep up um, with his family a little bit, but he's not one to get on social media, which is probably good for him. You know what I mean? It's like social media is it can be a rough place, but I mean we're all on it, but um, he has held out and probably saves himself some aggravation because there is some stuff about it. But anyway, let's just keep on topic here. So, but that's what I'm looking forward to this summer. One of the things is heading up there. I've never been to Citi Field, and I'm really hoping that I get the opportunity to do it. I don't know how it's going to happen. If I'm going to drive, if I'm going to take a train, if I'm going to, you know, get in a dinghy and like row my way up there. We'll see. That's a long way around Long Island to get to the north side and dock in up there near LaGuardia. They might actually run me in if I do that. You know, I don't think they take too kindly to people, rowing into restricted areas like a international airport. But all right, see you guys. Yeah, well, if Espo's there, yeah, we'll see. I mean, might have to do that. I don't know if he's Yankees or Mets or what. I don't know. I get he's Yankees, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna be wearing any red. I'm not gonna be. I'm just gonna be, throwing on some. Oh, he is a Mets fan. Okay, well, in that case, and I mean, Phanomatic's another one who's I think a Mets fan, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, I'll find some kind of blue shirt to wear that fits in with all the crazy Mets fans up there. But I'm not probably not going to sport a Mets hat or I can't do that. But I'm also not delusional enough to think that I should wear some kind of a Phillies shirt or hat or anything up to Shea Stadium or Citi Field now. But I have another friend that maybe I'll see if he wants. He's a Mets fan as well, so I still love him. I love all you Mets fans. I love all you Yankees fans. It's fine. It's just it's what the sport unites us. So anyway, good night, guys. Thanks a lot. Phillies win. It's tied. See where we go next. I hope to put it on the channel. It might be tomorrow, might be Thursday, but just think Carlton. That's right, Herb. That's it. Good night. Thanks a lot, and God bless everybody. Go Fightins.